Hey everyone, this is Nate with My Liberty Homestead. Hope you're having a great day today. Thanks for tuning back in for another installment of our session mead series. Today we're going to be doing a Blackberry Guava mead. So I have some guava nectar that we're going to use and some partially frozen blackberries. They're almost totally thawed. So we're going to use that and the Sapphire US05. We're going to be doing the Bom Style Method, so I'll explain what that is a little bit more. The BOMM, which is BOMM, stands for Bray's 1 month mead. So if you're not familiar, it actually uses an ale yeast as opposed to a wine yeast. So he has a particular nutrient formula that you follow, and from all his research, it shows that he can get a mead in just about 1 month. Sometimes they take a little longer than that for higher alcohol, but for the alcohol content that we're going to be reaching today, we should be right within that 1 month category. So I'm really excited to try this, and we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so here we are with a better look at our ingredients we're going to be using today. You guys probably remember this from one of the previous videos. This is a guava nectar. So this has some pulp, some sugar, and some juice in it as well. Here is our blackberries. Like I said, these are frozen that I got from the store. These are almost totally thawed at this point. And we're going to be using the Sapphire US05 again. And obviously we're going to be using our honey, so this is our clover honey. So we're going to go ahead and get a pound of that measured out, and we're going to fill up the rest of the way with spring water. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1 pound of our honey measured out and our blackberries put in, and I'll put a little bit of our spring water in and go ahead and get it all shaken up and dissolved, and we'll add our guava nectar. We now have our 1 pound of honey measured out. I'm going to go ahead and get our yeast rehydrated. If you remember from the last video, it was 80 degrees plus or minus. So if you get somewhere in that range, that'll be perfect for this yeast. So I'll go ahead and get those rehydrated, and I'll get these blackberries dumped in. Okay, now we have our frozen fruit put in. If you've never worked with frozen fruit before, it's nice to infuse a flavor into a mead or a wine, because the cells are actually already ruptured from the freezing process. So that makes the flavors infused and osmosis happen a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and get our guava in, but if you ever get the chance to use some frozen fruit, don't be afraid. Give us a good shake to make sure we get it all in. And I'm going to warm up some water to make sure that we bring this up to a good temperature. Around 70 degrees is going to be perfect. So I'll get some of the spring water warmed up so we can get this shaken up and dissolved, and we'll see you there. Okay, so we've got our warm water here, so I'm going to go ahead and add some of this in to raise the temperature just a bit. And let's go ahead and get this shaken up. Alright, so we have our water in, our frozen fruit, and our guava nectar already added. So we're going to go ahead and add our nutrients in. So for the BOMM, it calls for half a teaspoon of Fermade K, but Fermax is a replacement that I'm going to be using, and then a quarter teaspoon of DAP. So like I said, if you don't have Fermade K and you have Fermax, that's a pretty good substitute. Not exactly the same, but they do work. So we're going to go ahead and get those added in. And then half a teaspoon of Fermade K. Now I'm going to go ahead and shake this up real good again. You're going to want to add these same nutrients at the 2/3 and 1/3 sugar break. So as we talked in a previous video, the 1/3 at the 2/3 sugar break, 1/3 of the sugar is gone. So if you started out at 1.09 specific gravity, then you're going to want to go to your 2/3 sugar break would be at 1.06, and your 1/3 sugar break would be at 1.03. So we're going to go ahead and get this measured out and get a specific gravity and find out what our 2/3 and 1/3 are going to be. Alright, so we just shook up our nutrients, so we're going to go ahead and add our yeast. So this is already rehydrated, so we're going to go ahead and get this added in. And we will top off the rest of the way with spring water, and then we'll get a specific gravity and a pH rating. I'm going to go ahead and give myself enough space in this jug this time. On the last one I made with the US05, it foamed a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I leave myself enough head space here to make sure I don't have the problems I did last time. So I'm going to go ahead and give it another quick shake, and then we'll get a specific gravity reading. Now, because we already have our whole fruit in here, we can't just go ahead and dump all of the all the liquid with the fruit in there. It's going to give us a wrong specific gravity reading. So if you have just a simple turkey baster, as opposed to a wine thief, you can use a wine thief, but a turkey baster is a real inexpensive option. Just get down in there and try and get as little whole fruit as you can. You know me, guys, gotta make a mess as I go, so that's why I love my little plastic table down here. Alright, and our specific gravity is looking to be 1.056. So that's it, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get our balloon put on. And like I said earlier, you're going to go ahead and add your Fermax or Ferment K and DAP. You're going to go ahead and add those at the 2/3 and 1/3 sugar break. So keep your hydrometer close. It makes it a lot easier to get your to find out where your specific gravity is at. I almost totally forgot. We have to get our pH rating. Alright, looks like we're 4.81. And that's it for today, guys. That is it. I am really excited to go ahead and try this. So hopefully, like using the BOMM method, we should be able to be drinking this inside of a week, or I'm sorry, inside of a month. I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, check out the blog at mylibertyhomestead.com. Thanks a lot, guys.